So
yeah, we had one Blackmagic, like the first pocket one.
Okay, the 4K sort
4K pocket.
Yes.
Yeah. But we tried to use it for some, special rigs because it's small and, it had nice quality, picture quality, but it was, the battery didn't last.
Yeah, I know.
It was like, and we were using out in the cold, and it was like, it lasts for like, we put it on the rigs, on the skiers, like on this body rigs.
Yeah.
And then they like lasted one run, and then on the lift back up, it was like dead again. So it was like, yeah, we sold it.
Look for the Blackmagics if you don't have like a V-mount battery. Like, it's just don't do it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I think in both of them, this has a little bit better because it's the G2, but the first version, I think it lasts like 5 minutes if you shoot raw.
Yeah.
Like max like 5 minutes. You're gonna see like it goes like the volts are going down like just.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we sold it, because like the main option was like, okay, it has to be small and light, and like able to mount it on like different weird spots.
Yeah.
And then like adding an extra battery, then it's not light and small anymore.
Yeah, I know.
So then there's like, okay, that's not the point. Then we started, it's like, it's way better to just use the GoPro.
Yes, absolutely. Instead of or a Sony's now, I guess. Like
the Sonys are nice now.
Yeah.
The A7S and stuff.
Yeah.
Or a lot of new ones of the Sony.
Yeah, because they're small and also the battery is not gonna die like those ones. Like
that's why we've been using the Sonys.
Yeah. In any case, I guess we can use this part as well for the thing. Righty, let's do the introduction. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of our little podcast. And I just moved to Oslo, and we have my first episode here in Oslo. Even thank you so much for having me. By the way, we are located at events, like at Field Productions, like offices. This time, because now, like, apparently I didn't think about that. I don't have anything, like any place to shoot like a podcast now. Back to Trondheim, we had like a studio.
Yeah.
Like, if you can introduce yourself, like, what are you into? Like, so people can have like a feeling of where you're standing as a filmmaker.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Yes, for me having it at your place.
Yeah,
like, that's nice.
That's fun. Yeah, this is a good spot. It's my first podcast, so
okay.
Yeah, but my name is Even Sigstad. I'm from Biri. It's like a small town south of Lillehammer, where I grew up, and I've been working with outdoor documentary and commercial filmmaking, like those kind of extreme sports or action sports, skiing, snowboarding, and outdoor activities and stuff for over 20 years.
Bro, that's my age.
Yeah. So, that's what. I started as a skier, as a like free skier, and then in that culture is like this skate, and we were also rollerblading and skating when we were kids. So in that culture, it's all about like this skate and action films that we used to look at when we were kids. So that's kind of how I got into filmmaking. Like,
cool, righty. So like that was so I guess like you handled like your first camera when you were a kid, as far as I understand, with your friends when you were skating.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we were like 15, we got the small DV cameras, and we always wanted the bigger DV cams, but of course we did not afford that. But we had the small DV cameras and filmed on tape and got them in, and put them together and had a lot of fun just with our friends. It's a process of like, you're just kids and you're playing around and you're having fun and you're filming your buddies, and it's like, what kind of stunts or fun thing can we do? Or so I really enjoyed the part of like going out and trying to do stupid things and capture it on camera.
Yeah, I get it. Like I don't know why, but especially in the US, I have a lot of friends that they're starting exactly like that, like from skating, and then this is the first time that they hold like their cameras. For us, I remember we started with me and some friends that we used to watch like as kids, like some FIFA like live streams and shit like that. and we didn't know that like video capture within the device was a thing. So we thought like to buy like a camera to record the actual screen.
Oh yeah.
Like,
so you filmed the screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the screen. Like, so this is what we did, and this is how I got into cameras actually myself. Like just friends like goofing around, like playing FIFA. Like that was like my entry. So like I can see like a similarity to that.
It's kind of the same. A lot of the guys that I grew up with or met that made these kind of like action films and skate and snowboard films, a lot of them have like successful careers in either commercial, or they go to fiction, or they do documentaries. But yeah, I think you learn a lot when you're out there and you're just having fun, and you have to be creative, and it's like it's a creative activity in itself, you know? Like, it's about expression. It's like, it's a sport, but it's also like, it's not just being the fastest or being the strongest. It's about how you do the sport, you know, like like how you express yourself. So it's like this merging of like a sport and an art.
Yeah, absolutely. I was never into sports, so I cannot really relate to that.
FIFA?
FIFA, but that's not really a sport. You know, that's just playing like on a like in front of a computer, like
games.
You know? Games, yes. Like from that standpoint, yes. But when it comes like to like actual physical labor, like like for me, this is how I experience that, like physical labor. It's nice that you did that. Is it like in Norway, like a thing, like with skating, or it's?
I don't think skating is a big thing in Norway, not compared to US or other countries. It's like but it's the same culture when like the skating and the snowboarding, and that's like the inspiration from that type of skiing that we did was from snowboarding. And half of my friends were snowboarders, and then some were skiers, and we were just like, you know, hanging out together. So it was like the same kind of vibe, and we watch snowboard movies and skate movies, and
I see.
so we kind of pick up stuff from all different. Yeah, this was before YouTube.
Okay, you know, before like, you.
Yeah, this was before YouTube, when we had the VHS and then the DVDs, and then that's a big thing in this culture. Like before YouTube and all this social media thing, they had every fall or every spring, like when the season start, now all the big action documentary companies, they released, you know, like a ski or snowboard film in the fall. It's been filmed the previous year, and then they edit the summer, and then it's released when the season starts. So everyone is like, "Whoa, this is what's happening in the, you know, in the sport."
Right.
So it happens like once a year. Then everyone's like, "Okay, releasing everything." Everyone gets like fired up to see what everyone is doing, and then you go out, you film the whole winter, and then keep it secret, and then you edit in the summer, and then there's a big release in the fall.
Crazy.
So that's like,
that was, but then like before YouTube, like it was YouTube before YouTube, like to some extent.
Yeah. So now when it's YouTube and all the social media, people tend to like okay, I'll do something cool, I'll put it out right away.
Yeah.
You know? But before that, people gathered and they shot for the whole season, and then you gather it and you put on whatever music to your taste and the style and the thing you liked, and created this long. It was like basically like a YouTube edit, but many in a row, you know, like.
Okay, I see. Like a compilation.
Like a compilation. It didn't really have any story other than like, okay. Or it could be a story that a group of people go to Tromsø to try to film. Like handrails or jib in the city, or you could go to the mountains in whatever, the Alps, and then you shoot something there and create a story around that. Or it could be just like, hey, this is one of the stars skiing, just like a YouTube edit, and then that one skiing, and he likes that kind of music, and he has this kind of style. So that's, you know, put together as an edit, and then comes another skier or snowboarder with his style and his music. So
I see. That's pretty nice. Like it almost sounds like it was like some kind of like type of festival,
Yeah.
like for like a hybrid between skiers and like in people into this world, you know, like into skiing and also into filming.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It
is
was,
everyone that they're doing skiing, or most of the people doing skiing and doing those extreme sports, into recording, you think, or no?
yeah, I think a lot of them are into recording it because it's a kind of part of it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not like just competing,
Yeah.
you know, that's, yeah, maybe it's not relevant for this podcast, but you know, that's the shifts in this industry is like, okay, a lot of people's like, no, that this is about just having fun and self-expression and, you know, like being creative and being free and do whatever you want
Mm-hmm.
with a skateboard or skis.
Yeah.
But then, you know, like we humans also like to compete in some kind of way. And then it gets into this like structures, like, you know, it gets into the Olympics eventually. Like now, free skiing, snowboarding, even skating is in the Olympics.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of people start to like react. It's like, but this is not skateboarding. It's like skateboarding. How can you judge skateboarding? You know, like, you know, yeah, you have these technical tricks, but it's also about style. It's about creativity. How do you judge creativity?
Mm-hmm.
So
I see.
So it goes into this direction, and it goes like, and then a lot of people is into this competitions, and then you get, when it's too much competition, people tend to gravitate towards like, okay, but now we have to just like be free and do whatever and film it and
Yeah.
make art of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I see. Righty. So, like, as far as like I understood, you are like with your friends, 15, and doing some recording, and you're like kind of experimenting like this new word. And what happens after? Like, do you join the union, like do something, or you just straight up like get into actual work of filmmaking? What was the next steps for you to get into the industry?
for us, it was just, we just continued doing this kind of playing around with our friends, and then the group of friends kind of expanded, and then so I was just like doing other jobs like in the off season, like we were filming in the winter, and then in the fall and the spring and the summer I worked at, you know, factories or like warehouses or this elder home, and
Okay.
just like I took whatever job I could,
Mm-hmm.
just that was flexible jobs where I could like be, you know, someone they call, and then when I was available, I was available all the time. Like, okay, I took whatever jobs I could. So,
Okay.
okay, you call me, I come, and I work.
Mm-hmm.
So I could like save money, and then we could put it into like our passion projects. That was this
Okay.
skiing and film, and then we got into this industry of like outdoor industry,
Mm-hmm.
and started to work with all the clothing brands and the ski brands and snowboard brands and the like these kind of brands, and also a bit with the resorts, you know, the ski resorts. From there, we started to get some commercial work, you know, like, because that was what we got our like expertise in.
Mm-hmm.
It's like doing this outdoor, yeah. So whenever you see outdoor ad for a clothing brand that makes outdoor, you know, those kind of companies start to contact us, or we worked with them already.
Mm-hmm.
So it was natural to do some extra work for them to get some money,
Okay.
and then put into the project, and then the project kind of grew
Mm-hmm.
bigger and bigger. So after 8, almost 9-10 years of doing this,
Okay.
it was like I could make a living out of it, and I moved to Oslo, and we like I quit all my extra jobs and
Mm-hmm.
just focused on doing this kind of things.
Like just doing like those commercial types. But did you start like recording your first passion projects? I don't know, like what was like your first big project? Like when did you start like with your first big documentary per se that you were like, okay, I'm really invested into that. I really want to do that. Like, was it when you came to Oslo or was it before?
It was before I met Philip. the guy who runs Field Productions.
Okay.
He was 16 and I was like 18, 19. And he was doing the same. Like he was filming, making skiing and skating films. And we were doing the same. And then it was just a really good match. So then we started to work together. And he's more better at business than I am.
Okay.
So he was doing a lot of that stuff. He's super creative, but he has this business mentality around it also. So then our like passion projects, they kind of grew and got bigger and bigger. And eventually, in 2012, that's when we're like, okay, now let's try to get our films at the cinema.
Okay.
So we were doing this ski and snowboard documentaries and having them on festivals like in this, because there's a lot of outdoor film festivals around the world. So we were already showing them to those, but that's like this kind of niche market for people that loves to do these things and watch these movies. It's not like something that goes into the broader audience. So then we decided like, okay, now we've done this for almost 10 years and we got a good, grip on it and it was fun and like we needed to do something else.
Okay.
So we decided like, okay, what if we just put everything we have learned and everything we know and spend 2 years like investing everything into a big project and try to put it on the cinema and make it so both the core audience would like it, but also for a broader audience.
I see.
So that's when we really like, and then I realized, okay, this is too much to try to combine with other jobs, and now let's just go all in and see if this works.
Okay. When it comes like to the funding, like how did you fund those? Was it mainly by like getting like money out of your commercial work and then like channeling it into your documentaries, or was it like through, I don't know, funds from private sectors or from NFI or whatever?
No, that was all sponsors. Like this action documentary world back in the days, they worked a little different. It's like if I, as a skier, have a clothing sponsor, they would pay a little bit also to the production company where I'm a part of, like in front of the camera, because it's good commercial value for them to have these riders in these films.
I see.
So the films were kind of financed by commercial sponsors. And then eventually we also got, this behind the scenes documentary series on VGTV, this right when they started. So that was a way for us to get out to a broader audience. And that's also when we got other commercials. It's like a YouTube thing when you have like ads before your show.
Yeah.
And they also had these ads before
Okay.
the
I
show.
see.
So we got like, some money out of that. That made it possible to like shoot for 2 years. So
Okay.
it wasn't any like, other funding than that. And then eventually, like when the film was done, Supervention is called, then we got some funding from NFE, like.
Yeah,
in the back
apparently
end.
Supervention, like it's pretty famous in Norway, because like every time now that the past few days that I told to people that I'm gonna have like a podcast, like most people, they didn't recognize the name of your production company or your name per se, but everyone knew the Supervention. When I said Supervention, they were like, oh yeah, we know that. Like and Askill as well.
Yeah.
Like so apparently like was a big hit, I guess, like in Norway.
Yeah, it became a big hit. It was like something, I don't know really. It just hit a nerve, and we got it on the cinemas, and we were really like, okay, how is this gonna go? Like, how many will actually go and watch this? Because it was kind of the first time, or one of the first times, where these kind of films were shown in the cinemas. And then, I think just the first weekend, there was a lot of people watching it. And then just like the word spread and people continued to watch it and watch it and watch it and oh sorry.
It's fine.
So yeah, it was just the word spread about it and it continued for like 2 months in the cinemas and
Okay. Did they extend like the screenings because of the popularity?
yeah,
Okay.
they do. On all films they kind of do like they put it up for a week, and then they see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's like on every film that's
Okay.
on the cinemas.
Mm-hmm.
Put it up for their program for a week and they see like who is the most popular and not, and then they extend it, and if it's still popular, okay, you get another week. And if it's still popular, of course they put it up another week. So
I see. All right. Interesting.
So yeah, it became a hit and a thing, and a lot of people.
Can you clue me in? How did you get it play at the cinemas? I guess it was your friend that.
Philip
Philip
did
was-
all the work there, but
But I'm pretty sure you know
yeah.
as well, like kind of like how this works, right? Like how did you go about like convincing like the cinemas to play that? Because you're coming out of nowhere and you don't have like, I guess, like the connections yet.
No.
Like, so how does that work?
Philip will be better to tell the story, but as I remember, Philip was really clear that okay, we're gonna get this on the cinemas.
Mm-hmm.
And then we filmed for 2 years and we didn't have any, like everyone's like, okay, yeah, but I don't think that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't until a couple of months before the release that Philip went to Haugesund, the film festival in Haugesund.
Mm-hmm.
And there he showed like a clip from the film and talked to SF Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were a little reluctant, or I know they were,
Mm-hmm.
but eventually, like, okay, we can give it a try. Like they liked what they saw, like, and the film was done, and
Mm-hmm.
so we did the whole film, and didn't even know like if it's going to happen or not.
Yes.
So, there was a lot of pressure on that meetings. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna convince them, and yeah, he managed to convince them to try.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they didn't expect it to be a success either, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe they just saw that we were young and enthusiastic and wanted to give us a chance, or
Yeah.
But then afterwards, they were like super stoked and thought it was like a super fun experience, like just showing up and
Nice. Cool. And then what are you doing after like you have like a good first movie, and then how do you proceed? Like what was the next years for film productions? Did you try to focus more on documentaries, or you just got back like to commercials? Like
after that, then we got some funding from NFE after that,
mm-hmm.
because they still have on cinema documentaries, like, I don't know what it's called in English, but etterhåndsstøtte, where you make a film and it gets some revenue. How it worked back in the days then is like if you have more than 10,000 people at the cinema,
Mm-hmm.
they give you support. So after that, every ticket you sell,
Mm-hmm.
you get the same amount from NFE in support.
Okay.
So up to a certain level like of money, but
Mm-hmm.
so we got 40,000 at the cinemas. So that meant that we got this revenue of from 40,000 sold tickets,
Mm-hmm.
our share of that. But from the share that we got it doubled from NFE.
Okay. So as far as I understand how this works is like you start like with your film, and then even in the pre-production, I guess, like you go to NFI and you're like, okay, we're gonna make this film. Like, is it possible like we can write down like this paper that it says that after like 10,000 like viewers, you're gonna give us like the money for the tickets. Like that's kind of how it works.
Yeah, kind of how it works. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have any agreement before we started to do it. But
Okay.
now, like, you
Did you make the agreement afterwards or after you finished with the film, right?
Yeah, don't ask me right when it happened, ask Philip, but
Okay.
sometime about, when we got it on the cinemas, I think.
Okay.
But like the short story, like, actually, we made some money out of the film. That's the short story. And we got some funding afterwards from having sold a lot of tickets. So, and since it was such a success and everyone's like, craving to see more, we were a little like, but it was a lot of work. So after that, we spent a year just doing commercial and other work. We did, second unit for this TV shows that had skiing in it. There was like this Viking ski movie or Viking movie where they were skiing in it. So we shot all the skiing scenes for them, these fiction movies, and another fiction TV series, Kampen om tungtvannet, is about this famous sabotage action from the World War II.
Okay.
So we shot like all ski scenes for them and did a lot of commercial work. And with the money that we earned from this film, we put into what became Supervention 2. We started to shoot the year after. And then we used 2 more years. And then we were like already, since we had a film that was a success, and it was easier for us to apply for some money, or at least that's the door was open and we knew people and we had the connections, and then we applied for money for that. So eventually, like after doing films for 10 years, we finally got into the other way of financing, which is like applying for money and
like to private sectors, I guess, and also like to the like NFI, like etc. etc.
Yeah.
Other than NFI, is it any other like funding options or no?
There is other like Fritt Ord, and there's other fundings. Yeah.
Maybe we can ask Philip. Is it his name, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Maybe we can ask Philip to give me some like links so we can link them down.
Yeah.
Like, because I guess like there's a lot of people, younger generation watching here, so I guess it's a good idea for people to just be capable of knowing what it's possible.
Yeah.
Like, and where you can get money from in Norway.
Yeah.
Righty. Okay. I also wanted to ask you, like, because I remember we discussed about that, and you told me that you also enjoy like working in commercials. Like, and a lot of people like into the art scene, they actually to the core dislike like commercial work. I would like to ask you first off, what do you prefer, if it's like non-fiction documentaries, and what is it that you like about that? Like, where do you find joy in that? And also, where do you find joy like in commercials? Like, if you can describe both of the words, and why do you like those?
Yeah. In this documentaries, I really love, that I love the process when you're on this kind of unpredictable journeys, and when you jump into a project and you don't really know what it really is yet, and you start to film and you start to follow a subject, or you follow a journey, and going with that flow and see where it takes you. So it's I love to be present with the camera in situations and capturing it and follow what is really happening here, and being in the heart of this action, and capturing that. I think that's my biggest joy when we get to capture these moments on film, because they're rare and you cannot recreate them. And so for me, this documentaries, it's always been a part of like when you direct it, it's like setting up like, okay, or you go into situations where you know something might happen, and then you see like sometimes you like nothing happens and it's just like, well, you can say it's boring, but maybe some years later or half a year later, after you have shot a lot of thing, you understand that, oh, what we actually filmed in the beginning was really interesting, because that's how the characters were at that point.
Yeah.
So I love those kind of projects, even though they're a little hard to work on because they take a lot of time and there's a lot of headache
Mm-hmm.
when you necessarily don't have the biggest plan when you start to shoot. But that's also when you capture some magic that maybe wouldn't have been possible if you had planned it too well. Like you can see on documentaries where it's okay, they know what they're gonna shoot, they know why they're gonna shoot it, and then they get it. But the magic of like suddenly being in a situation where something unexpected happened, it's not there. So
I see. I absolutely get that. I get both of the awards there. Like some directors, they kind of control the environment more. It's less like this fairy tale, like run and gun type of thing. Like, and I guess mainly now I'm just speculating, but I have a feeling that people that are mainly like into producing like things for like NRK, etc., like they need to have like a more controlled environment because when it's like the national television, they want something specific at a specific timeline with a specific structure, etc. So from that standpoint, I get it, but from another standpoint, like documentaries, you cannot really control.
It's like it depends. Like when there is more people, more money involved, like people want to know what their money going into. It's not like you can do this kind of documentary work with. You have to kind of be a little courageous and bold and just risk a lot of time and money to get it. And when you work with studios or whatever, like NRK and stuff, they're not gonna let you do that. So that's like this independent verite documentaries that we've been doing. So I think we've been able to do that because we have had some successful films, and whatever we make, we invest either in some gear or like so we can go out and shoot. So we have like not the most advanced gear or expensive, but we have enough that we can go out and shoot and cover it in a nice way. So if something happens, we don't have to go and rent something or like spend a lot of money on that. We have it, we can go out and we can try and follow it in a way. And then if it's interesting, that's when you can start to write, okay, now we have shot this and this, and it's in the process, and we think the story will be about, this kind of journey, and then you can start to apply for some money, get a little more funding. So it's super dynamic processes.
Yeah.
But, they're also chaotic, and they are a little nerve-wracking, like, because you spend a lot of money and time, and then hopefully... So we have started documentary projects that we have spent time on, and then eventually after filming for some months or something, you realize that, it was kind of fun, but maybe nothing worth like pursuing.
Yeah, pursuing the thing,
Yeah. So you end up in these situations too.
So that's a part of the process, and I guess it's a good thing for people who are starting out, like to know that they don't have like to be like, if something doesn't work, like not to like, I don't know, like you started with a movie and you are pretty sure that you're gonna have like a great story in there, then all of a sudden like you don't, like there's not much depth, and like there's not much happening like to someone's lives, and like you don't have nothing. Like
but then you have learned and you have tried and you have like so it's all a part of that process, and and I think we really learned that from our skiing, snowboard documentaries, because then you go out and we can go to the north of Norway and shoot for a week, and then nothing really happened, like not spectacular or fun or interesting enough, so it didn't end up in the movie. And then you understand it kind of when you're on the trip too. It's like, okay, this was Norwegian word bomtur.
Yeah.
It's like, this didn't work out. better luck next time. And then you try, okay, let's go here, and we gather the crew and you have a plan, and everyone is like, and then you sit there at the end and edit, and then even though you've been on the shoot and I've also been in front of the camera and I know how much time and effort we spent into getting those 5 minutes of filming or a sequence, but then you also realize that it's not good enough, so you just have to cut it.
Yeah.
So you learn to be kind of like hard on not sweat over everything that you spent and all the money and time you spent, but if it's not anything that drives the story forward or interesting enough, you just have to cut it.
Yeah. And also, like, it needs to play like a role within the context, you know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe you have like a really per se boring thing outside of the context, but then you put it like into the film, and then like just because of the context, like of what is adding up like to the story, like then it's like it's interesting and important as well.
Yeah, some of those bomturer might be just as interesting as the one that goes well, you know, like some of the failed things. So don't be afraid to go out and fail, because, you know, everyone can relate to whatever failures, and we need those in the story. So
yeah, to be human as well.
Yeah,
like because I think if there's not like this human element to it, like, and if you strive for perfection from your cut, you kind of picturing like, I don't know, like superhero movies. But it's a documentary and it feels kind of off. Like
that's I think, or I'm pretty sure that's the main thing why Supervention became such a hit and people can relate to it, because we have made these films and it's all about capturing cool action on snowboard and skis and all that stuff, but it's hard for people outside of the community to relate to it. So, but we also loved, you know, to film what happened behind the scenes, like who are these people and whatever fun thing that happens. And so we started to like include one of us that filmed the whole scene. We had like a camera that filmed the camera people filming it. This meta perspective. And that became more and more important. So when we did Supervention, that was like the big thing. Like we had these red cameras, but we also had a red camera that filmed everyone that was shooting all the time. Because then we could, like, whenever something unexpected happened, you can just cut out from the main cameras and to the behind the scene camera. And you see how the camera people had to drop their cameras and go and do like help the people or like laugh at it, or like, so you get this human part of it. And that's why it worked in the cinemas. That's why people could connect to it, because we had this extra layer of like
realism. Like breaking the fourth wall to some capacity. We did it, and we did that like by intention, and we could build up the scene, and it's like you think like, oh no, something super epic, like the sound and everything like builds up to this moment, and then suddenly you can just like hard cut and then out to like unexpected moment. So we had a lot of fun with the behind the scenes camera. It sounds like it's like one of the techniques that you're using, like even today, I'm guessing, like to the documentaries you're doing, right?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of like including the camera people, or, you know, it just makes it feel authentic, and you really understand that this is actually filmed and you're in this situation, and it makes it way more authentic. Because it's to connect it. But over to your other
question, like regarding the commercials.
The commercials, because that's more controlled, and, you know, like no brand, or some brands, but very few brands would just give you money and like, hey, go out and shoot and see what you get. Like we do with the documentaries. So that's when, you know, like you storyboard it and you script it, and and a lot of times you also shoot it. Like you just make the mock-up film. So we go out and shoot 1 minute, just do exactly the shots that we think we're gonna do, and then we edit it together and see what works and what doesn't, and we reshoot
like a previous kind of.
Yeah. So we do. So then it's the total opposite. It's like so controlled that when you go out and you have the client and you have the whatever actors or stars that you're gonna film, we're gonna have this shot, and it's gonna be So,
but what do you find? Do you also find joy like in the storyboarding and on like preparing as well? Do you like this part as well?
yeah, I like this part. I like it because it really helps you to focus on what you're gonna tell. So it's like that's why I've been kind of liking doing this like 30-second or like even a 15-second and 6 seconds that all the brands demand now, like on these social media campaigns. So it's like it helps me to really, how can we tell a story in 6 seconds? How can you tell it in 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Because it kind of has to have like a beginning, middle, and an end kind of feeling anyways. Like you have to say something.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting and you're going to catch and you're going to get the message out. So it's a creative process. I like creative processes no matter how they are. So, and I think it helps me when we're out doing this, all just observational verite things too, because you have to always think like, okay, what's the story? What have we filmed? Like, where do we go from here? So it's all about trying to get the essence out of a story.
Yeah.
It can be 1.5 hours long, or it can be 15 seconds, but you always trying to get to the core of
to the point. I think this is the main difference between amateurs and like professionals. Like professionals, like it doesn't matter what camera or what lighting you use. I mean, it matters to some extent, but if you don't focus on one thing and then you make a good point about what you're trying to say, even if you have like good music or like good lighting or whatever, like fancy cameras and nice camera movement, if all of those things, they don't try to point towards what you're trying to say, it's gonna look like it's amateur, even if the imagery, like I think that's a good example about that. It's with YouTube. Like there is so many good like cinematographers out there that they make like some compilation of like they go out and about and they shoot like the city or whatever. But there is not this thing, is just aesthetics, like don't get me wrong, it's fine as well to do that. Like but I think this is the main like difference between people who are just starting out and people who are like doing that as their main thing, like I guess like I don't know if you agree with that or not.
No, but it's all about storytelling, that's what we are, creative storytellers. So, but we started out like shooting and not really knowing what we were shooting back in the days too. So all that is fine, but like eventually if you want to like live out of it and make a profession, you really have to like, be precise on what stories you want to tell and how you're going to tell them and why it's important to tell it. And
absolutely. I would like now to change a little bit the conversation and get a little bit into the struggles of the industry. Like like we discussed about that when the first time I came like to your office. I think it was kind of like the first thing that we discussed, if I remember correctly. So like like there is a lot of people, like, and in Oslo and all around the world, especially in Europe, I guess, like that they're saying, oh, like the film industry is so slow at the moment, and both commercials are getting like less and less, etc., etc. And there's kind of like people, they say that there is optimism, but I don't believe that. Like from what I saw, both in Trondheim and in Oslo, people are kind of like pessimistic, like to the core for one reason. Like, and for me, who I'm starting out, I just want to ask you that you're into things and that you are producing like commercials at the moment, and that you are producing like a film as well at the moment. Why is like all this fuss and the buzz about like that the industry is like suffering to the core? Is it true? Is it not true? And what are the reasons behind what is happening, if it's actually something happening? Again, I'm asking as an outsider because I'm just starting out.
Yeah, it's I don't have you know, a lot of the answers, but I don't know, maybe from my perspective, at least the whole industry is changing, you know, like it's a much more complex landscape than it used to be. So it's hard to navigate. Some people are doing, you know, well and has different smaller and bigger jobs, and others struggle to get it. A lot of people struggle to get it, and then it changes so fast also, like just couple of years ago, like if you were an editor, you had like so much job to choose from. If you want to edit TV shows or whatever, and then now suddenly I know, like this spring, a lot of the editors are like, oh, there's nothing to do. And then just a year ago, it's like, oh, it's so much to do. So, but I think a lot of it has to do with the changing, just the whole landscape of media, and it's not just like the cinemas and VHS, DVD kind of thing, and you know, some commercials on TV, and the TV, you know, like you have all kind of TV shows, and you have YouTube, and you have TikTok, you have all this influencer thing that is taking, you know, the market, like they are taking market shares, you know, like if you as a brand, okay, you can pay a production company 2 million to make like one big commercial campaign for you, or you can pay like 10 influencers to make some content for you, you know. So I think a lot of the money is being spread into different channels, and all the brands also has to be present. I think they feel they have to be present on all channels. They have to be on Instagram, TikTok, blah, 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 and maybe on a TV commercial, and so it like there is less money for these big projects that people used to work on. I think that's one of the reasons. And also like streaming and cinemas, and yeah, I think it's just like, yeah, I don't know if it's less money in the what you call market for commercial and TV shows, and I have no
way
to say
to know that.
Yeah, if it is or not. I don't think it's less money. I don't think so. I just think it's spread over
to other people as well.
Yeah, other people, and so I think it's hard to navigate for someone that's gonna try to, okay, how do I get into this industry? Because it's not like, okay, you go to the school and then you can start either work at a TV, you know, studio, or you can work at, you know, fiction film, or you work in commercial. It's now it's like, how do you do it? It's like, okay, you can start your YouTube, and you can, you know, like there's so many ways in and out, and
let's say that we have like someone who is selling like a product, right? Not a production company. And then this company wants like a film production company to film that. Like that was the way back, like in the age when YouTube and like in the social media wasn't so well spread, right? But now with the influencers, like a lot of those companies, like they just go like to an influencer, they're like, okay, can you do like a video so we can reach like your audience because it's relevant to our product, etc., etc. Like, and to some capacity I understand why the film production companies, they don't like that, but at the same time, what would you do like if you were in the shoes of the person who is selling the product? Like it makes more sense, like
it does,
like to a lot of, especially with smaller production companies, just to do that, you know. Like, so, like, I know that probably it hurts our industry, but at the same time, like, like yes, like, it just happens, and like, I don't see the point, like, of showing with your finger, like, that shouldn't happen. Like,
no, you cannot say that shouldn't happen, because you totally understand it, and then you can say, yeah, it hurts our industry, but then you're like, what is the industry? Like, then
Yeah.
those influencers, they're a part of the industry also.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, so, yeah, it just takes some, a different direction. And yeah, if you're thinking about it, it's all creative work, and the best influencers, they also have to be good storytellers. And, they have to be like, so I know this one of the, from the skiing world that I come from, Nikolai Schirmer, he's a famous Norwegian skier and YouTuber. And I know him. He grew up like watching all the ski movies, but then when he got onto the scene, like all that kind of ski movie thing, how it used to be, has kind of faded it out. And he started to, do his YouTube channel. And now it's like one of the biggest ski YouTubers
into competition
in the
or
world. No, like filming his adventures and telling the story from. So it's basically what we did, but it's in a different format. And he's super creative, and he works 24 hours a day, and it's like what we did, but it's just like a different platform.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing he's doing, just a different platform.
Yeah, and a different kind of like different way of saying it.
Yeah.
Like, as well, because it's a different thing to make like a YouTube video, and also a different thing to make like a film for the cinemas.
Yeah.
Like they have like a different feeling to it as well.
Yeah. But now we actually did a film for the cinema, and it was interesting.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to Nico, and he has his elements from YouTube, how he tells the story, and it was really like bam, bam, like fast paced, but it worked. And maybe that's kind of the future, like those YouTubers, they could like tell their story, and people are used to seeing a story told in a different way. Like Nico said it, like, okay, I always have to make sure that the story, like goes bam, bam, like there's no stops in the story, because then on YouTube, people will, if it's boring, they'll just like stop and watch something else.
Yeah.
So you could sense that in this film, even though like when you're in the cinema, like if it's a little boring for some minutes, you don't leave. You're like, that, okay, it might be a little slow, and then it picks up. But for his film, it's like, okay, everything's like, bah, 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 bah.
I see.
So it might be the future, like when the TikTokers are making cinema documentaries. Imagine that in 10 years.
I can see that. I hope that that's not like I don't have a problem if they have their own slots like into the cinemas, but because I'm like a really slow paced type of guy. Like I like the slow. Like and most of my favorite directors are slow. Fingers crossed that we're gonna not go extinct because of them.
Like, it's a interesting thought. Fingers crossed that I think there will be room for everything. It's when the world is getting more complex, and there's room for the super fast things. Hopefully there's also room for the slower things, but maybe the things that, like, okay, the area where everyone watched this one thing, and okay, have you seen Star Wars? Oh no, we haven't seen Star Wars. Like that era, maybe it's fading, maybe it's not, but it seems like, even though it's so much to choose from, so you don't expect everyone to have watched everything anymore. You find what you like to watch, and then maybe you want to watch something different. But I was thinking about it, like, because Swimmer's like, oh, everything goes so fast, and everything's like blah 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 blah. We don't manage to process it, and we don't. I think, like, our brains are not used to like processing and function. But maybe in like 50 years, people that grow up in this environment, maybe they just have a better functioning brain. Maybe they just process way faster than we do. So like when we are like old, everything goes way faster, and people that grows up, they're like used. It's like, okay,
could be.
So back in the days, you need to have 1.5 hours to tell a story, and now we process 5 stories in that time. I don't know.
For me though, I don't know what you think about that, but like to slower type of realities, let's say to a slower film or whatever. Let's say, for example, my favorite director is Hirokazu Koreda. He did Shoplifters, like in some other films. There is something. It's not only about the story. There is something that drags me into this, slow. Like when you, for example, you have just a camera standing somewhere, and then you have like a family like preparing dinner. Then you leave the camera, just roll. Like, and there is not much that is being said, like in regards of dragging the story forward.
Yeah.
But there is an element of dragging you into the moment. Like when you stretch like the time like this, like all of the sounds and all of the colors, and like there is some type of like if you pay attention, at least for me, like you can just come closer to the reality. Like you can sense the reality. It's not only about the story, but it's actually like being present in the room with like what is actually happening in there.
Yeah.
Like, and for me, this is why I love like slow cinema. It's not only at least this is why I think I like it. Like, so I don't think that if we go faster, I think we're gonna lose that. Like this more introspective, a little bit more. I'm not gonna call it ethereal, but meditative, I would call it. Like this more meditative feeling about films. Like, and I don't think it's a good thing if we lose that. Like,
No, I totally agree. Thanks for bringing the conversation back to that, because you know, like, you cannot. We need time to process things, and you know, like when you see something like that, then you start to actually process. Okay, what's actually happening here? You start to like your imagination start to work in a different way, and it's I think we're gonna have a little battle with our producers now on this documentary, because like a lot of the documentaries now too are like, you know, the Netflix thing where you have to tell the audience what is happening all the time. You know, like you don't leave room for the audience to actually think and reflect around it and make their own thoughts, because it has to be like, this is how it is, and then that, and then that. So yeah, hopefully we don't lose that. I don't think we will. I don't think we will, because if it goes too much one direction, nature has the tendency to drag us in the other direction. I have faith in nature and the balance. You know, like we can try to go one direction, and then there will be like this wave of people like wanting the totally different again.
I just have a fear about that, because you know, like in our personal lives, sometimes you need to go like to an extreme and then you come back. But you have time to do it in one lifetime, you know, like you can go like to some extremes and then come like in the center. The problem with history is that sometimes it's a lot of lifetimes.
You're going
and hopefully
be in
you're
one
not
direction for a long time, and we're stuck there.
Yes, exactly. And I hope that you're not like we're not gonna stuck like in the timeline where like it's like to one extreme. Like, but I guess like this is also like something that you can fight for, that you can get it back. You know, like, because I think it's nature, but it's also, I think, like people like having like an urge to or a need to strive for something, like filmmakers per se. Like maybe like if we go to an extreme, filmmakers will see that and will be like, okay, let's bring the weight a little bit more towards where it was, or a little bit more to another direction, you know. Like because we're the ones who are gonna move it, you know. Like
that's a question about how much we can influence the how free will do we have and all these kind of things.
Yes,
but you know, like I think we can at some extent, and some things it's hard for us. I've actually been thinking about it a little bit the last weeks, because like I just been, you know, like walking around in Norway, and now everyone like Me Too is like wearing all this black and dark colors, and I look at all the people. Everyone's like, oh, everyone is like wearing black. It's like the trend now, like this winter. Everyone's like dark and there's no colors. It's like, why isn't anyone using any colors? And you are. Yeah, I was like about to like compliment you. It's like finally someone with some colors. Like,
I don't know.
but then I was like thinking like, oh fuck, I don't want to be a part of that trend, or like suddenly I'm like everyone else. And then in my younger years, I will be like rebelling and like, no, I'm not gonna do like everyone else. I'm gonna do something different.
Okay.
But then it's like, okay, but it's also like, maybe it's this collective processes that, oh, we feel like the world is like changing so fast, and maybe it feels safer to wear something like, so maybe we're in this kind of like, I'm not as that afraid of following a trend. Maybe it's something that we need to go through, and then we're done with it.
Yeah.
And then we get to the other direction. It's like the opposite of like, okay, it seems like the world is going in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So either you can like try to, no, I'm not gonna take it in that direction. I'm gonna stick here.
Yeah.
Or you just like, okay, we're going that direction. I'm going with it, and then we're done with it, and then we can go back to the other way.
I see.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what's right or wrong. I don't think there's any right or wrong, but I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be nice to just go with the flow if that's the way the energies are going.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here a little bit, then we try to tell stories really fast, and we get tired of it, and then
Yeah. I get like that's a bit philosophical, but I want to delve a little bit into that. But like for me, for example, as a person, like I have a problem with that actually. Like letting myself just go with the flow. Like and sometimes that affects my cinematography as well. Like and I think there is a lot of truth to what you're saying. Like that at some points you need to leave. You need to let life unfold.
yeah,
Like because you're not really in control, even if you think that you're in control.
yeah,
Like if you, for example, from my experience, like when I'm trying to be more in control than I should be,
yeah,
like I just disconnect. Like
that's the hard part.
Yeah, like I disconnect and I have like this saying that it's almost like walking like in a desert, and then you look back to see your footsteps, so you can like get wisdom out of your footsteps.
Yeah,
And then there is nothing, like
Yeah.
because you weren't there.
yeah,
Like you didn't
Yeah.
like you weren't like walking on soil, you know,
yeah,
that it leaves marks.
yeah,
Like, and even if a mark that it's not where it's supposed to be, it is a mark, and you can look back to it,
Mm.
you know. And I think in order to grow, even as a filmmaker, like there is reality to what you're saying. Like for me, I'm struggling with that a lot. Like, but I'm aware of it, so I'm working on it. Like, I don't know about you. Like, if you're more like a flow person, and then you're trying to introduce more like order. Maybe you have like, I don't know. You give me this feeling that you're a little bit more on the flow, and then you go like to the other.
I think I've been on both directions. I think
Okay.
just on this project now, I've been. Maybe that's why I talked about it, because I've been trying to make a lot of order out of it, and then eventually like, oh fuck it, I just have to trust the process, and if we're gonna go and work on this part now, even though it might in my head feel counterintuitive, it's like, no, I know we have a deadline, and I know we're gonna write this, so I just have to sit here and write it,
Yeah.
you know. But maybe your intuition tells you that, hey, go and do this, work on this part of the project, or like talk to that guy, or you know, and you do that, and then, oh, there was something there that you didn't expect, and then 2 days later when you sit down to write, you can actually write it, because you have gone with the flow and picked up some impulses, or like some other perspectives that you didn't know that you needed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think there's something about going with the flow and be where the energy is. If the energy is in making fast-paced thing, maybe you are there and being creative there and develop that in a way. This is not like a right or wrong answer, but it's nice to discuss it. And right now I'm a little on the flow side.
Yeah.
Maybe in some years, if you ask me, I'm on the control part again.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, also back. I think Supervention, why it became a success. It is also about like we hit a time when this kind of skiing was like blooming, and like it was like a wave of energy going that direction
Already. And
and like then we were at the forefront of it, and we had been working with this thing for 10 years, and then suddenly it like all culminated in this thing that we had a lot of knowledge in it, and there were a lot of interest in it, like a lot of people were doing it, and then suddenly like it peaked there in a way. And we can say that we were so good and we worked so hard, and we did, but there was also like something there that we were a part of, something
beyond of your control, something higher than you, that it was already working.
That was already working. Is like the energies was there in a way, like people, because it's like it's about selling sand in Sahara, like it's like, okay, you can work as hard as you want, but like you have to kind of like it's hard to predict a success, like it's not like easy, there's no recipe that will work all the time. Sometimes like, I know for every artist, like, okay, you make us 10 albums and then 3 or 1 of them becomes a hit, or like 1 song, or like and you say like, why did that song become such a hit? It's like it's hard to really put a finger on it. So and even people in the industry, you have all heard these stories about no one wanted to sign Beatles, or like J.K. Rowling, who was like asking for publicists for like many and got denied, and then eventually she got, because then like all these things that like they became such a huge success. But if it was so easy to predict success, then the first producer you ask will say, yeah, of course, we're going to sign you. This is Beatles. This is going to be great. Like it's not that easy. So
I think though, like, you're right that we cannot know why, but at the same time, I think it's kind of like how would I call it? Like, we don't know logically why, but we know why, like, to our core. Like, we can sense
you can
why
sense
something like it worked and why it resonated with a lot of people. Let's say why a movie like yours or whatever, or for example this year our Nora, like that it was like a big hit, like why it resonated. Maybe you can not put your finger like to say, okay, this is one reason, this another reason, this another reason, but you can sense like if you are like riding the wave, you can have a feeling about like why, but more like kind of like to a spiritual or emotional level. Like in you can sense it, I think.
You can sense it, and then you can sense it, and everyone that's been working in a creative way, they sense when you're really onto something. Then it's like, oh, this is something. And whatever I'm writing or shooting now, you're just like, okay, this is something, and you can really sense it in a way.
So maybe you could say that you can know if something is gonna be a hit from the senses you have, and then of course you can ask other people if they get like the same sense out of what you're watching. Like, and if it's enough people, I guess then it's a hit or whatever. Righty. I would like to have like to close like the conversation with a hit topic. Like actually, I don't like when people are just talking about it, but it's about AI. Like, but I think it's important to talk about it because now it becomes more and more integrated, like to every single corner. Especially in our industry. Like so I would like to ask you if you use like any AI tools, like now that you're working on your new film, like at all, or if you are in like, and also how do you feel about AI getting more and more closer to the industry like of ours?
That's a the big topic these days.
Yes. Like,
Yeah, I haven't. We use it a little bit, like in just this basic like auto transcribe thing features. That's just in Premiere that we're using, and we can use it to play around with voice, just to generate voice, just to like use it as tools for that.
when you say generate voice?
Now it's like before when you are okay. Let's say we are making a mock-up film on or a commercial thing, and then okay, what if then I would as a director just like reading my own voice just to test out an idea.
Yeah.
But now like you can test out the idea
With an AI voice.
with an AI voice instead, or you can just like generate a news anchor that okay, what if they say that?
Yeah.
Will that help me? And then that could give you direction, and then eventually, if you end up with it, then you can go and record it instead of like, because you can play around with it first.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the hard part with AI is, and then you can ask a chat about stuff, a lot of good stuff, but I find it hard to use it when you don't know where you're going. Like if you know where you're going, you can ask the map. You can go and ask Google Map and hey, can you tell me the direction there? But in a creative way, if you don't know where you're going yet, I haven't found that AI could really help you, because it will just help you out of what questions you ask. Like it's the saying that it's not the answer, but it's the question.
Yeah.
So if you don't ask the right question, it won't help you.
Yeah.
So in a creative way, once you know like the question you want to ask, then it can help you. But the big thing with creative work is like asking the right question.
Yeah.
And it's not there yet, but it has a lot of tools that make everything go faster if you're good at using it. I'm not that good yet. Maybe I'm too old school to have like embraced all of it. So I don't really use it. I'm like, oh fuck, maybe I'm also too stubborn. I'm gonna figure this out myself.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but I think when you don't know and I think that's the heart of all like creative work, is like asking the right questions.
Yeah. And I think it's also connected to what we discussed before with going with the flow, because if you know the answers,
like
you're not into a creative journey.
No, then
you just make propaganda or whatever.
But it can help you like get into. We got some help, like just hey, can you tell me about this topic, instead of you like having to search the internet for it, and you can like make a summarize for you, and you can read about the topic and say, okay, that was interesting. That leads me to this. It helps you in the flow.
Yeah.
But that's been helpful to like, okay, maybe you can speed up the flow, but you still have to follow the flow, and I don't think the AI won't give you the direction of where the flow is going. But then you got to be really good at prompting,
Yeah.
So then that's the skill, and it's still kind of the same thing a director would do anyways. It's about prompting. It's like setting up, asking the right question, or like setting up, hey, I want a scene that is like this, and it has to be, I want it to look moody. It's like a film noir theme. I want it to be, and then, okay, you can ask the AI to generate it. But then some creative decision has to be made if that's is that the right scene then that the AI generated? No, it's not that.
Yeah.
Can you tweak it a little more like this?
Yeah.
And what's the difference then from, okay, I want the set like to be like this. I'm just gonna move this a little different.
Yeah.
But you just ask the AI to move it.
Yeah.
I don't. There's something in my head that's like, okay, what is it might be faster, it might be cheaper, in a way, because you don't have to build a whole city.
Mm-hmm.
But still, there's this creative
Aspect to
aspect to it. It's like, how do you want the city to look and feel, and what kind of story does it going to tell, and why are you going to tell the story?
Mm.
So
I guess though, if that happens, then there's no need for a lot of like the departments, you know,
no,
like colorists, like maybe even cinematographers. Like I don't know, cinematographers. I hope not, but like for colorists and for people that are doing like smaller things, like I don't know. Even if the director is still gonna have like this creative freedom,
yeah,
like all of the other departments, they're not gonna be needed. So it's gonna be only one person. I don't know. Like
yeah.
by the way, I'm just having conversation. It's not like I know what is gonna happen.
No one knows. But yeah, it's interesting to discuss. But it's it's happening like with the equipment now too. Like one person can do a lot of jobs already. You know, you can buy a cheap camera and you can buy some cheap lighting, and
Mm-hmm.
you also have your own sound recordings, and that manage. You know, like one person could tell a story and handle a lot of the jobs
Yeah.
himself already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe that's the way it goes. Maybe it's more up to this one creator.
Yeah.
But do you think that will make a better product? It's like, if there's only one, okay, I have this idea and I want to really make it like this, and it's gonna be like this theme, and tell about racism in this way, and you can totally make it on your own with AI.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have any other input from other people or creatives,
Yeah.
how will the story be then? Will it be just like a narrow point of view,
Yeah.
or like the advantage of having more people in it, in a product, and more perspectives? I don't know. I'm just
like
thinking, like,
yeah, like
will it be just like, okay, I can, yeah,
like I guess the danger to that, it's what you're saying. It's like that it's gonna people more even more lonely,
yeah,
like to the
yeah,
creative endeavor. And I believe in my estimation that's a wrong way to go about. Like I don't believe in artists, like for example, like those poets or whatever, like Charles Bukowski, like great artists, but I don't believe in this reality of just creating into your solitude, like for your rest of your life, you know.
no,
Like I get if you're like in a bad position in your life and you want to create something more lonely, etc., etc. But I don't think that people should strive for this loneliness and for this like solitude that I'm just on my own and just create of my own. Like because you don't expand as a person as well. Like
no, it's about meeting people and corporations, and
yeah,
like having things unfold in that meeting that wouldn't happen if it was
yeah,
you on your
absolutely.
own. Yeah, I totally understand. As you said,
Yeah,
like
like and
sometimes,
I don't
sometimes it's nice just to, okay, I have had enough for a while. I have to go into the cabin and, you know, or like whatever,
think yeah.
and create something unique from my voice and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But then it's nice that your voice gets, you know, like maybe tested with.
Yeah, with other people as well. I don't think it's healthy as well to strive for solitude. And
No.
I hope that this like that people now that we're the people, like we're gonna see that, and we if actually AI pushes us towards this direction,
Yeah.
like I hope we don't get there, like that people are just creating on their own. Like
Yeah, but maybe that's when, okay, then we go there for some years, and
yeah,
then everyone will be craving the totally opposite, like
yeah,
authentic thing. Yeah, so
mhm.
maybe just, I think the universe balances itself in a way.
Yeah.
So
Again,
it
what we were
goes,
saying before. Yeah,
yeah, it goes too much into one direction. It will just like naturally people will kind of want something something else. It's, I think,
Absolutely.
so I have faith in that.
Yeah, I also have faith in that, a lot
Yeah.
of faith. But like a counter argument to what we were saying, it would be that AI, it's extremely good at giving feedback.
Yeah.
Like even I would argue that much better than talking with actual human beings. Like
Yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
talk
Yeah.
like to ChatGPT, even to ChatGPT now, if we turn it on,
Yeah.
like the way that it gives feedback, like it's so on point.
Yeah.
Like even for personal shit.
Yeah.
You ask it and then it's like tack 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 tack. And even if like you put before like how you want to have this conversation in which level,
Yeah.
like it's extremely good, because when you're with a friend or with I don't know, like when you're talking with a friend about the problem you have,
Yeah.
like not even in our industry,
Yeah.
like it takes some friction to get to the point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
maybe you have a fight or maybe this or that, but with AI it's like bam, take it. Like it's like you don't have the time to have the revelation for yourself.
No.
Like it has the revelation like instantaneously, and then you're like, okay, that makes sense, but like I would like to have like this revelation on my own.
Yeah.
Like like it was a friend of mine that he was writing a book,
Yeah.
and he told me he never used AI.
Yeah.
He's really well spoken, like extremely good with writing, and so he never used it. I was like, give it a try.
Yeah.
Like, and he tried. He was like, oh shit, bro, like it's on point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see the point trying to get feedback from you, for example.
No.
Like it gives better feedback than you.
Oh,
I was like,
I haven't thought about that. But but yes, so yeah, I might. Yeah, I have to think so I don't get too old and everyone's like using it. Because I think if you're good at using AI, of course you will get a lot of. You can like speed up all the processes.
yeah,
and then,
like even the feedback from your friends. Like
so you can speed up all the processes and everything can go faster. So yeah, as you said, everything goes faster. And
yes, I hope just people don't ask like for advice for dating or whatever with that. I saw that, like we were with a friend that just broke up, and like I saw him on ChatGPT. I was like, I hope you're not asking like ChatGPT to give you advice for what to say to your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
He looked at me. He was like, yeah, is this what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah, but
yes,
yes and no. But
Yeah,
okay,
like-
then you get an idea. But yeah, I think AI will be such an integrated part of our lives in some years, and then we won't really.
yeah,
It's already integrated, so it might be that when everything new comes, we don't know how to use it, and we overuse it, and still, like, just the internet and everything is so new to us. Like, we're still babies, like, if you think in a big perspective,
yeah.
we only had it for like 20 years,
That's true.
and
That's true.
we've been on this planet for millions of years.
Yeah.
So, of course, we don't know. It's like giving matchsticks to a baby. It's like, oh, this fire is working. It's like, oh, whoa, there it starts to burn here and it starts to burn there, and you don't know. And it's like, so I think we're still in that stage of like,
yeah.
so hopefully we don't burn down the whole house
Yes.
while
we're in
figuring this out.
Yes.
I think that's our,
Cool, righty. I guess that's it. Like, I don't have a. It's. I became so fucking competent at this that I didn't have to set my questions.
Yeah,
Like
good.
that's nice.
And you went with the flow.
Like actually, yes, I think
Yeah.
it's also I went with the flow because I got to have like now I think this is the 10th episode.
Yeah.
Like so now it comes more natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the first episode I was like, oh, I need to watch like at the questions, like. Cool, righty. Thanks so much for joining today.
Thank you.
I hope
fun.
Yeah, I hope you had fun. For me, like it was really enjoyable today.
Me too.
So yeah, thanks so much, guys, for joining us, and see you next time.